Good day, sir. Our presentation is related to Section 5, Freedom of Religion. This case is entitled AM number P-02-1651, formerly Office of the Court Administrator, IPI number 00-1021-P, Alejandro Estrada as the complainant versus Soledad Escritor as the respondent. So here's the facts. In a sworn letter complaint dated July 27, 2000, complainant Alejandro Estrada requested Judge Joseph F. Caoibes Jr., presiding judge of Branch 253, Regional Trial Court of Las Piñas City, for an investigation of respondent Soledad Escritor, court interpreter in the said court. Estrada believes that Escritor is committing an immoral act that tarnishes the image of the court. Thus, she should not be allowed to remain employed therein, as it might appear that the court condones her act. Consequently, respondent was charged with committing disgraceful and immoral conduct under Book 5, Title 1, Chapter 7, Section 46 of the Revised Code Administrative Code, which means that this disgraceful and immoral conduct means it is an action that violate societal norms of decency and morality, often involving willful disregard for committing standard. Respondent Escritor testified that when she entered the judiciary in 1999, she was already a widow, her husband having died in 1998. She admitted that she started living with Luciano Quilapio Jr. without the benefit of marriage more than 20 years ago, when her husband was still alive but living with another woman. She also admitted that she and Quilapio have a son. But as a member of the religious sect known as the Jehovah's Witnesses and the Watchtower and Bible Tract Society, respondent asserted that their conjugal arrangement is in conformity with their religious beliefs and has the approval of her congregation. In fact, after 10 years of living together, she executed in July 28, 1991, a declaration of pledging faithfulness, which means it is a document used by members of Jehovah's Witnesses to formalize their marital relationship when legal recognition is not possible due to impediments such as prior marriages.
So here is the issue in this case: whether or not the state could penalize respondent for such conjugal arrangement. When we say conjugal arrangement, it is a legal agreement between spouses that governs the ownership, control, and distribution of their property. So, that has conformity in their religious beliefs? The answer is, the state may face challenges in penalizing individuals for conjugal arrangements aligned with their religious beliefs. The Free Exercise Clause protects individuals' religious convictions, limiting the government's ability to impose penalties based on those beliefs.
Ruling this case, the court ruled to dismiss the administrative complaint against the respondents. It found that the petitioners, Alaska and Montesa, had not raised any objections regarding the irregularity of their arrest before arrangement, thereby waiving the right to contest it later. The Ombudsman's decision to dismiss the administrative compliance was upheld, as the petitioners had an adequate remedy in the trial court and failed to properly challenge their arrest during the proceedings. Consequently, the Ombudsman did not mess in its dismissal under the Section 20 of Republic Act No. 6770, which allows for such dismissals when an adequate remedy exists.
Good day, sir. I am GRM Kagalawan, and I'm going to discuss the key principle of Estrada and Escrito case about the freedom of religion of Bill of Rights, Article 3, Section 5. So the first key principle that we gather is the benevolent neutrality, which refers to the Philippine Supreme Court's judicial approach, which balance neutrality towards various religion with a benevolent accommodation of diverse religious beliefs. This principle ensures that the court respect individual freedom of religion and avoids favoritism and allows reasonable exemption to laws or rules to safeguard religious practices. By adopting the benevolent neutrality to the case, is the court upheld Escrito's right to religious practices, to religious freedom. Then the second is freedom of religion is a fundamental right. The case reinforces the principle that the religion is a fundamental right protected by the Constitution, that Bill of Rights, which guarantees the free exercise of religion and prohibits its establishment by the state. Then third is religion freedom is not absolute. While the Constitution guarantees the free exercise of religion, but this freedom is not absolute, because religious practices must not conflict the public order or the rights of others. So mao to nga nang katong nag-file og case kang Escrito is mura bitawg na diri na kuan ang freedom of religion nga kuan ang ni Escrito nga murag na kuan bitaw kay without knowing nga naade ay religious beliefs nga gisunod si Escrito, nga ang katong nag-file og case is wala bitaw kabalo. So diri na diri na sulod ang freedom is not absolute, but ang religious freedom daw is limited. Then kailangan siya nga ang public order is masipod din, or ang public interest. In religious beliefs and practices versus public policy. This case involved the conflict between persons' religious beliefs and public policy. So, mao to nga ang kuan manggod ni Escrito is siya ang kanang court interpreter. So, ang kuan din sa katong nag-file is kanang dapat dili siya mag ipon ay mag kuan og laki nga, while ang laki is minyo din dili sila kasado. But so mo to nga kung dapat ang public policy is kanang nakakuan ba sa religious beliefs, naka-affect ba sa ang religious beliefs ang public policy. So in this case, the court cannot penalize the respondents because of her conjugal arrangements that based on her conformity with her religious beliefs. So si Escrito is dili siya dapat ma penalize because kay ang tungod sa iyang conjugal arrangement kay yamaning kuan naman sa freedom to exercise his religious beliefs. Then the court ruled that religious beliefs, while they are personal and constitutional protected, do not provide an absolute right to disregard legal or professional obligations. It held that the state interest in ensuring public welfare, maintaining social order, could sometimes override individual religious practices. So, accommodation of religious beliefs in public life. The decision also recognized that while the state cannot impose religion, there should be a reasonable accommodation of religious beliefs, especially in the context of employment. However, the accommodation should not undermine the core functions or the rights of other society. Then, balancing of competing rights. The case highlighted the need to balance the exercise of religious freedom with other rights and societal interests. The court's ruling underscores the idea that a balance must be struck between an individual religious convictions and the state's duty to uphold laws and regulation that serve the greater good of society. In summary, Estrada versus Escrito decision helped define the boundaries of religious freedom in the Philippines, stressing that while religion is protected right, it must be exercised in a way that does not interfere with public order or violate the rights of others.
So we're going down to the last part of our discussion. The case of Estrada versus Escritor underscored the principle that no one is above the law, particularly in the context of individual rights and due process. The Supreme Court emphasized the importance of protecting religious freedom, ruling the Soledad Escritor conjugal arrangement, sanctioned by her beliefs as a Jehovah's Witness, did not constitute disgraceful and immoral conduct. This decision illustrates that while the state has interest in maintaining moral standards, it must also respect constitutional rights unless a compelling state interest can justify restriction on those rights. The ruling affirms that legal accountability must coexist with the protection of fundamental freedoms. So that's all. Thank you.